Hi guys, Terry Buttons here, and today I'm going to do a short video on how to pin up pageant. Now, over the weekend at the Sydney Tattoo Expo, I got to judge the pin-up pageant. They were run by Stealth Photogenics, and I've entered pageants before, like 2 years ago. My first pageant was at the Tattoo Expo, and it's safe to say it was bad. I was bad. I did everything wrong. Yeah, so, and obviously I didn't place. Whereas last year I entered 5, 6 pageants, and I placed at all of them except one. So I thought I had it pretty down packed. Like I knew exactly how to place and what to do. Um, but while judging over the weekend, I realized there's just so much more. Just tiny things, like tiny details that if you knew beforehand would make them so much easier. So I'm here to just give some tips and some pointers from everything I've learned about being in pageants and judging pageant that you can remember for the next time you enter one, because there's so many in Australia. Last year there was a Pinup Throwdown. You've got your Tattoo Expo Pinup Pageant. You've got your Miss Pinup Australia. Even your Miss Burlesque Australia can take away things with this. Miss Pinup Doll Australia. So many vintage fairs will do their own little pageants as well, all through Australia. So this is all information you can take on board for the next time you enter a pinup pageant. So let's get started. So obviously you have your outfits. With your outfits, make sure they're absolutely complete. Don't just wear a dress and heels. It's boring. Like add gloves. Put a theme to it. Basically, make it like a little story. So and use props. Like they always suggest props and like, oh, use props, but you don't have to. Fact is, girls who use props won big points in my books because it made more of a story. I know you're just walking, and I know my first time I got stuck into it's a catwalk, so it must be just like walking back and forward. No, you can do so much more than that. I've used glass, which I had a drink in once. You've got your cigarette holders, your sunglasses, your furs or scarves, your feather boas, vintage radios or parasols. Use props. I just use props. It makes a world of a difference. So just create that character and that story, and do not walk off before the MC is finished if they're speaking about you. And or if it's just music, use all that time. Don't just, I know it's scary and you get nervous, but just walk on and off. It doesn't give the judges enough time to look at you, like take in your outfit, your confidence, everything. It's just not enough time. Like work it and use the stage. Like if you've got a T stage or just a thing, go back and forth, use the corners, interact with audience. Don't feel constricted to just walking up and down the set place or just back and forth. And levels. I know it sounds weird, but as a dancer, I feel like it gets overlooked in the pin-up pageant world. It's like, use your levels, don't be afraid to get down on the ground and like pose like that instead of just being up, and and play around with your poses. Your poses are really important. Don't ever just stop posing and stand there. Always keep posing, and that's where props come in handy too, because they help you pose. They help you be more creative than your standard poses. Like they can get a bit overdone if you're if you're like 8th, 9th, or 10th out of 10 or 15 girls. That's where it starts getting a bit mundane. So yeah, props will help you in so many ways, or just complete your outfit off. So yeah, that's an outfit. And walking. Same with if you're walking. If the judges are sitting on the stage, which it isn't always. Like the Tattoo Expo, obviously we were sitting on the stage, and you walked down the catwalk, and then you walked back. Now I know the audience can't see you, but we can, and your scared looks at the floor walking back to us shows us where your confidence is really at. So you, like, just everywhere's the audience. Just act like everywhere's the audience. There's no way you can hide facially. Showing that you're actually shitting your pants while you're walking backwards towards the audience, towards the judges, sorry, we see that, and it just shows us that you're not actually as confident as you may seem. Um, so yeah, and don't just constantly, like, don't keep looking at the judges. It shows that you're really nervous, which is okay. Like, it's okay to be nervous. Like, obviously this is helpers. Like, these points are supposed to help you. So yes, they're a bit criticizing, but take it with love. I say everything with love. Um, so yeah, don't, like, if they're still talking about you and don't want to do, don't just glance at the judges repeatedly. Um, just do something. Like, always do something. Don't ever just stand there or run off. Always do something. Learn to impro. Like, it takes time. It definitely takes time to learn. Years of dancing, and I still struggled with improv. If something went wrong, it was just like, oh no, and don't show, and then try not to show it on your face. Um, they can be some of the hardest things, but you learn that over time as well. But they're just things to remember as well. Um, so yeah, it does get better. Like, it really does get better over time. Um, Along with your outfits, like, obviously they just have like a general outfit, or you've got your evening wear or day wear. May also wear something that stands out, not something you bought from pinup girl clothing that every girl has. Like, always try to go something that you know is going to make you stand out. Like, you're trying not to be competitive, and the girls are lovely, and they are, and they make it easy to just be friends with them. But at the end of the day, you're also trying to win something, and you want to do well, and you want to feel like you do well. I've always said that if I've known I've done the best I can, then that's okay whether I place or I don't, or I at least place second or third. Like, that's okay as long as A, I had fun, B, I met great people, and C, I know that I did the best I could. So yeah, so try to go something unique. That's why vintage is always good, as well. It just makes your outfit a bit more special, and your hair and makeup also includes in this. They have to be on freaking point. Um, like, yeah, just really, like, I know it takes practice as well, especially if you're just getting into it. Um, but your hair and makeup has to really be impeccable. It has to just flow all through your outfit from head to toe, everything. Like, from your pinup pumps, like, try and avoid those super modern shoes. It just sort of takes away from your outfit. Um, Having just sort of like your woken up wavy hair that's obviously not been tried to be curled or anything. That's going, or even if it's curls that have dropped, don't take those bad boys out until you're just about to walk on, if that's where your hair's at. Um, just simple things like that, like just keeping everything on point. Like, I've just come from a photo shoot, and this is basically everything for me on point in a 1920s style, whatever. Um, so, and even just like painting your fingernails and jewelry, just think of absolutely everything. I always write massive to-do lists before I do pageants of what I need for each outfit and what this includes in my nails. Should my nails be this color to match both outfits, or will I wear gloves for one? Those sorts of things that you should think about. Um, it's just an overall present. It's a present. I think one of the marketing things was like presence and confidence, and your presence also shows off through your outfit. And if you feel good in it or not, it also comes across. If you're uncomfortable in the dress you're wearing or the shoes you're wearing, it'll come across in your walks or the way you are on stage. Those tiny things that you think maybe no one will notice are actually really easy to see, either sitting up on stage or from where the judges panel is. If you're at a pageant where they ask questions, they do that a lot. They'll ask a random question, or they'll ask a question towards a bio that you put in. It's really important to be confident when you speak, and to know how to use full stops and breaths. Rushing through it means no one really hears what you're saying. Speak articulately. Practice. I'll get my partner to ask me questions, and I would answer in the way that I'll try to on stage. Don't say too little. Don't just be like, this is my answer. Because the audience want to get to know you more. The judges want to get to know you more. But also, on the same token, don't ramble. Don't continually talk or segue into weird stories or anything else. Not that I've seen any girls do this, but I guess it's worth mentioning. Because that just sort of shows how nervous, like, it shows you're nervous. Like, you can be nervous, I'm always nervous, but cover it. Fake it till you make it. Cover that, just ooze confidence, even if you're shitting your pants on the inside. And a good way to show when someone's doing that and failing is when they speak on stage. Unless you're used to speaking, it really depends what you're used to. I'm not great with speaking on stage. I much prefer to dance and move to express myself. But when it comes to talking, I know sometimes I can ramble, and it's just, even without practicing, if you're with your partner or friend, they can then give you pointers on, oh, you're speaking too much, or you're going too fast. Like everything, it's just practice. So yeah, another one with this pageant, I know other pageants do it as well, is they'll have a talent section. I think a lot of people, a lot of girls in the pinup scene, they get so stuck in the, well, shit, I better do burlesque. No, not necessarily. If you've never done burlesque before, don't feel pressured to do burlesque for a pinup pageant. It'll be really obvious if you've never done it before, especially if you have girls in it who do it quite regularly. Do something that's really unique to you, and it can be super simple. Like, you can give demonstrations on something you know, or a certain talent you have. Every time I do have to do a talent in a pageant, and I'm compelled to dance, being a dancer anyway, and to do burlesque, and I think about the other competitors and what I know they do. It's not bad to stalk your other competitors and see what they usually do, if they're usually a fan dance kind of person, or what their talents are, to gauge, to try and do something different from them. It's really good when you end up in a pageant with girls you already know, because then that makes it easy. But I don't think it's bad just not sussing out the competition, because that sounds really bad, but it's just getting to know the people, the friends you will make there better. That's the perfect way to look at it, because I always end up being really great friends with people that I meet at pageants and stuff. So I always end up doing ballet point in my burlesque, because I know that not a lot of girls can do it. So I look for something that may be the same, but add something that's just me into it. So yeah, but don't be afraid to do anything else, singing or acting, showing how you're really great at making grilled cheese or something, like something that you're passionate about, and rehearse it. Obviously, rehearse everything you do. And even in this, use the stage space. You may not see the stage until the day, but have it in your mind so that you can alter it if need be to use the space more, basically. If you just go on there and stand in one spot and do your thing there, it's just like, well, and they've got that staging section on their judging sheet, well, then they can't say you used any of it. Though it can also depend on what you're doing. If you're doing like a dance in a champagne glass, and the champagne glass clearly isn't on wheels, but get up and move around it, or just, it's got a lot to do with improvising. I only like choreograph 60 to 80% of my routines. The rest is improv, depending on the audience, the stage space, and just what else is around me. So these are all things to just take into consideration when you're doing pinup pageants, and yeah, and just have fun. When you have fun, those things sort of melt away. If you're prepared enough, then you should just be able to have a really great time with it. Yeah, I think they're the biggest points that I can think of at the moment. I might do a segue onto another video on this if anyone wants more detail on anything. I just think confidence is one of the biggest things. Because then you'll feel confident to move around the stage. You'll feel confident in what you're wearing. Like, just confidence and practice. They are the two biggest things, I think, when it comes to pinup pageants. Same with any pageant. Like, if you're doing like a Miss Ink pageant or just like a beauty pageant, confidence and preparation will go a long way. Yeah. So thank you for listening, and I hope you learned some. I hope I didn't sound too mean or anything at any point. I just feel like there's only one way to say those things. It's the only way you'll learn is to hear them. As I said, I say everything with love. So I hope you enjoy it, and